Welcome back to Natural Marathon. It has officially been one day since my girlfriend broke up with me. She broke up with me yesterday. And my first video was right after she broke up with me. It is currently 5:32 p.m. April 21st. It's been a long day. I had one class today where I had a quiz, and it was at 9 o'clock. I got out of bed at maybe 8:40 and got to class, finished the quiz, and then told my professor that I had a family matter that I needed to attend to so that I could leave class. I didn't. I was still texting with my ex, trying to I don't know. I don't know what I was attempting to do. Maybe reverse it. Maybe I wanted to I don't know, find closure. It's really unclear to me what I was trying to do, but I felt the need to do it, and that's probably wrong. So I got back to my dorm, and I kind of just rotted all day. Didn't do anything. I have a reading for astronomy that I haven't done. I have a midterm in my keyboard class that I do feel sort of confident about, but I should be practicing, and I'm just not. As we talked about in the first video, those are little losses that are going to build up, and they have built up, and today has been a lot of little losses. The only win I fear that I've recorded, the only fear that I apologize, it's been a long day. Let me run that back. The only win that I've recorded today has been recording this video right now. I can't think of one thing I did that truly felt like a win today. I walked to the kitchen to wash my spoon so I could eat yogurt. Maybe that's my win. I don't know. Because I didn't want to walk to the dining hall to get food because I didn't want to see anyone. Yeah, so my losses were obviously waking up way too late, way past what I should have. I do want to give myself grace in the fact that I was up really late last night dealing with that situation with my relationship. Looks like I have pink eye right now. I swear I don't. I just got out of the shower and I don't know I think I got some face wash in my eye. But so yeah, I want to give my grace to myself on, sleep wise. I came back. I did take a nap because I felt like I needed it. I ended up not working out today at all. I haven't done my astronomy reading. I went to the cafeteria for dinner, but I did not eat what I should have eaten. I'm resorting back to a lot of comfort foods at the moment. Things that I just just get it down so that I can get it down, because I don't feel a large appetite at the moment. I had some pizza and some broccoli and cucumbers because I just wasn't in the mood. I wanted to get in and get out, essentially. Yeah, so I have a lot of losses today. I don't know how to talk myself into fixing those losses into wins yet. Because all day, you're telling yourself, you're laying in bed, you're telling yourself that you're being a lazy piece of shit. And no matter the situation, you have to do what you have to do. I'm sorry, guys. My eye is really tweaking right now. And I didn't do what I had to do today. I simply put everything off because of my emotions. And that's something that I want to fix. In the same sense that I want to be able to feel my emotions, but I do not want them to take over anymore. I did start therapy, and I do have another appointment tomorrow. It's maybe my 4th appointment. And that's one of my goals for that too, is to not let my emotions dictate my actions so much, because all my life they have. I've always acted on my emotions. Yeah, so I don't know how not to. I'm a really passionate person, so hiding my feelings is difficult. That's not something that I do easily, although I have, and maybe I'm not even hiding my emotions, I'm just not telling you explicitly what they are. I think that's what mostly it becomes, but it's really hard for me to hide emotions. And I think, there's good and bad parts about hiding emotions. But I think I need to learn the control of not acting on my emotions. Maybe the law of detachment would serve me in that sense, and I'm sure it will. But I'm struggling to detach, I know it's a process in the mind. It's really difficult to think like, 7 months ago, 8 months ago, none of this would have been a problem. I was able to detach. I felt like I finally hit my stride in the sense of emotional stability and well-being. And I lost that when I moved cities. Who knows? I don't know how or why it happened. I think it was a mixture of things. I don't have my family near me. I don't have my friends with me. I'm in a new place, and I've got a lot of responsibilities now. I think maybe a mixture of all of that caused me to get to a point of losing my footing and losing my balance in the sense of emotional stability and emotional control and independence and all of that. who knows? I don't want to blame it. Maybe it's not. Maybe it was just the relationship. Maybe it was just me. Maybe there was nothing to do with an external factor. But I need to get back to a sense of emotional stability. I think it's important to know what you look like in those situations so that you can get back there. I think if you know what you look like and how you act when you are at your best, then you at least have a blueprint of what that version of you looks like. And so I'm glad that I think that I do have that blueprint of what that guy looks like, but you know, if you imagine an actual blueprint, there's a lot of pieces missing right now. They're scattered around a work site. Like, I have to really search. I gotta really search for these pieces of this blueprint. And it's only been a day. But it's been hard. You know? It's maybe been about 2 months leading up to this, but now that it's real, it's almost like that was a bad dream. The 2 months, and today we woke up and realized it was reality. So in that, there has to be acceptance. You know, I always thought that you could make your own reality through perspective. And maybe through perspective is true. Maybe that piece of it is true. You can make your own reality through perspective. Sure. But things are going to happen to you that you don't make happen. And they are going to be your reality. And you have to figure out where that fits in your reality, like a puzzle. I have to figure out where, you know, the last 7 months of mine, 8 months, I have to figure out where that fits into my puzzle. Because I believed that there were pieces of my puzzle that were going to be found in the future, related to my relationship. And now that I'm putting this piece of the end and the completion of that, I'm realizing that those pieces that I thought were going to be there, they're not going where I thought they were going. The print on those pieces doesn't look like I thought it looked like. But I still gotta finish the puzzle. I don't know. I wished that my puzzle looked different. But you can't. That's if you just keep thinking about how different your puzzle could be, it's gonna ruin the pieces. You're gonna try to fit them in where they don't belong, and it's gonna ruin the corners of them, and it's not gonna work in the end. Your puzzle's gonna be broken. It's not gonna give you the full picture. I think it would be amazing if all our puzzles looked exactly how we wanted them to look. But then it wouldn't be a puzzle anymore. You would know where all the pieces go, and there'd be no challenge and there'd be no beauty to it. There'd be no struggle. You wouldn't have to ask the people around you, like, help me out with this puzzle. I always put the corner pieces in first. It gives you a better picture. I think that can be taken with life. Your corner pieces are yourself, your inside, your health, your mental state, your perspective, your thoughts. Those are all your outside pieces. Everything that's gonna happen to you is gonna fit inside those. And you just gotta let it fit, bro. Or girl. You just have to let it fit. Not to say don't fight for something, or don't push back on something, or not to say that at all. But to accept when you see what that piece looks like, to accept that it might not go where you thought it would. So I need to, at this moment, build all my outside pieces. I'm back to square one. I tried to put in some middle pieces before I even looked what it looked like, before I even did these outside pieces, before I even looked at all the pieces. I took out half the box, maybe. I don't know. But I didn't start the puzzle the healthy way, the right way. There's no right way in life, but I didn't start the puzzle how I should have. So now it's time for me to build these outside pieces so I can start laying in connecting pieces in the middle. Yeah. My inspirational person of the day is someone that's always inspired me. He's from the city I'm living in now for college. Isaiah Thomas. Well, I guess, he's from Tacoma, but Isaiah Thomas, he was given up on by my dear Boston Celtics. He was given up on by multiple teams at multiple different times throughout the decline of his career, the end of it, in the NBA at least. He was given up on. And it just always felt like I was hearing something about him. Just always, like, Isaiah Thomas, 10-day with the Hornets. Isaiah Thomas, 10-day with the Nuggets. Isaiah Thomas, you know? But he was given up on. They gave up on him. Over and over and over and over they gave up on this dude. Just constantly. He already had such a low chance to even make it to the league at his height. But he didn't care. He just kept going. He just kept going and kept going and kept going. I'm sure Isaiah Thomas has had a day where he just sat in his bed because shit just sucks. You know what? Okay, IT. You deserve it. I have to now earn my right to lay in this bed and do nothing because I haven't earned my wins yet. I need to get to my wins. And yeah. I hope you learned something today. I hope you connected with something. And I hope you're thinking something. This is the Natural Marathon. Thank you. Marathon continues.